I'm Robbie, and this is my before and after story. The word I would use to describe my before is paranoid. I was really always worried about being found out, as I would say most of my life growing up really revolved around building and maintaining this image of a guy who was good at everything. I can even remember my freshman year of college. I came to Washington State to play basketball, and every night I would go and log on to these fan sites, these message boards, to read what the fans were saying about me, just hoping it was good stuff or that they would mention me, and being so obsessed and caught up in that. But I think even more than that, what I wanted most was to be known and seen as really this perfect Christian guy. And I think I would even try to do good things or treat people well, not really because I necessarily loved God or even loved them, but more so that they would think of me that way and kind of build up my reputation as this great guy. The only problem was I knew that there was this huge gap in between who I wanted people to think I was and who I actually was. And I knew this on the inside that I was really self-centered, really only cared about myself and what people thought of me. And I also knew there was stuff going on in my life that was inconsistent with this image I was trying to portray. And so really my life was this paranoid mess of trying not to let people find out that stuff, and really trying to manage just how I came across to people and what they thought of me. It was really exhausting, especially internally. My sophomore year of college, I started to get more involved with this ministry on campus called Crew, and started to meet up with this older guy who was starting to help me grow in my faith. And as I was studying the Bible more, I started to understand that the central message there of the Bible was not just that God had loved me enough to come to earth, and that by Jesus dying on the cross was paying the penalty for all of my sin and all that inconsistency and hypocrisy. I think I always believed that was true. But that also that meant that through faith and trust in Him, what was transferred to me was His perfect life and His perfect, really, reputation and standing in God's eyes. And started to see that this perfect reputation I was always after was actually purchased for me by Jesus, not anything I earned, but based on what He had done. And I think as I actually started to believe and experience that sophomore year, I just saw things start to change. And really this transformation from feeling paranoid to really experiencing freedom internally. And I think for the first time I felt this freedom to actually be honest with God and other people about what was really going on inside of me. And started to feel this freedom to actually enjoy basketball instead of just using it as this way to prove myself. And I think started to feel this freedom to actually love and serve people for their own sake, not just so they would think of me as this certain person or for my own reputation, because that was already secure in what He thought because of Jesus. And I think since seeing Jesus change me in that way, there have been a lot of ups and downs. I could share with you more about that at a different time, but yeah, that's the gist of my before and after story. So if you made it this far, thanks for listening. And if you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to let me know. Or if you'd ever want to share or talk about where you feel like you're at in your own spiritual journey, love to do that. Feel free to send me a Facebook message. And if you want to hear other WSU students before and after stories, just click on the hashtag on this post, the hashtag WSU before and after. Thanks.